We will be discussing the open enrollment period and how to sign up for your medical benefits. This video will focus on full-time drivers, which are defined as drivers working an average of over 30 hours per week. There will be a separate video focusing on part-time drivers. The first thing you want to do is visit postalfleetsvs.com. On the upper right-hand corner, you'll see where it says Portals. Select Driver Portal. You can select the little X at the bottom here to get rid of this message. Now, all the information that you will need is right here. So first, there's the driver benefits announcement. And this is a letter from the Vice President of the HR department. You can open that and read it. It has a lot of useful information explaining the change to the new insurance company, and it discusses all the details about how many hours are full-time and part-time. So like we said, 30 plus hours are full-time, which is the focus of this video, and it has some contact information for you. The other thing that's very important is the 2021 full-time benefit package. So you can open that here. And it's highly recommended that you take some time to read through this. It discusses everything in detail as far as what's covered, what's not covered, a lot of very useful information here. And what we're going to do is just go all the way to the end. Okay, so on this page, you can see the prices. So right here for employee only, that would be included with your health and welfare money in your contract. If you want to have employee plus spouse, that's $250, and this is per pay period, okay? Not per month, per pay period. Employee and children is $200 per pay period, and for the entire family, that's $500 for pay period. Now, also be aware that when you include family members, they are signed up for medical, dental, vision. That's all included in the package there, as you can see. So again, please take some time to look over this, very important. We're going to go ahead and close out of that for right now. And we're going to scroll down just a little bit to get to the login website. So right here where you see online pay stubs, you can click on that. And this is where you actually sign into Kronos Workforce Ready. And just go ahead and enter your username. If you do not have your username, please contact your supervisor and they will provide it. You're going to see this message for open enrollment. You can scroll to the bottom there. If you don't want to see this message appear every time, you can select the checkbox and then select OK. Now we're at the dashboard. We're going to go to the Show menu, select that. And right here where it says Benefits, My Benefits, you're going to select Enrollment. And this is where we want to begin everything. So select Start. There's some information there for you to read. We're going to hit Continue. Right here where it says 2021 Full-Time Driver Benefits Package is where you want to begin to make your selection. So here you have the different levels of coverage. Employee only, employee plus spouse, plus children, plus family, as we discussed before. So let's go ahead and start with an example of employee plus family. Here it's asking if you have other insurance coverage, and that red asterisk means that this is a required field. So we're going to select either yes or no. If you have other insurance coverage, For example, if you're a veteran and you're covered through the VA, you can select yes, and then enter that information on this box to the right. In this case, we're going to select no just for the purpose of this example. Here you can add a spouse, so we're going to select where it says add, and you can add new. Now for the spouse, it's highly recommended that you select emergency as well as beneficiary. You do not want to select dependent. So we're going to enter the name, relationship is spouse. Please enter a contact number, could be a home number or cell phone number. We're going to scroll down a little bit here. We're going to enter the social security number. Please enter an email address. The date of birth. And the insurance company does require the gender. This information is not mandatory. Now here you can enter in the address. If it's a same address as the applicant, you can just select use employee address. If it's a separate address, you can deselect that and then just enter it manually. So if you share the same address, you can just select this box here and you don't have to type everything in from scratch. There's a comment box there. It's not mandatory. You can select continue. There's a confirmation message and you can see it's been added successfully. Now here's where you can add children. So again, select add new, and you can put in the information. Now for your children, you definitely want to put dependent. Beneficiary is up to you. You do have an insurance policy that is provided by the company. And if you wanted to split that between your spouse and your child or your children, you could do so here. So let's go ahead and select that. So let's put in information here for the name. And we're going to select child. It's up to you if you want to include a phone number, not mandatory. You do need to put in a social security number. The date of birth is required here. And so is the gender. For the dependents, they also require whether or not they're a full-time student. Let's go ahead and select yes. Again, if you share the same address with this child, you can just select here. If not, if there's a separate address, you can enter it manually. So in this case, let's just say use employee address, and we're going to select continue here. So now you've added the child, you've added the spouse. You do need to enter the beneficiary information separately. So in this case, we don't have to select new. We can say add from existing contacts. So we can say Jane Doe as a beneficiary, and this is asking what percentage of the benefits are going to go to Jane Doe. So in this example, we want to split it between Jane Doe and Zoe. So we're going to say 50% for Jane and select save. This is just wanting to alert you that you don't have 100% of the benefits selected. You've only selected 50%. So we're going to add another beneficiary. Again, you don't have to select add new because you've already entered Zoe into the system, so you can add from existing contacts. And we're going to select Zoe here, and the other 50% is going to go to Zoe. So we're going to select save, and now we've matched everything up to 100%. So we've selected employee plus family. We said in this particular case, there's no additional insurance coverage. We've entered in the information for the spouse. We've entered in the information for the child, and you can add as many children as necessary in that field. And then the beneficiaries. You could select just the one person, or you can split it up amongst as many people as you need. We're going to save and select. And as you can see, you're pretty much almost done. You just have to hit continue. Here you can download the document so you can store it on your computer for your own records. And then once you're done with everything, you can hit submit. Once you submit this, this goes to the home office. The HR department will review it. And the other thing that you need to do is just make sure that you do this before November 20th. That's the cutoff period for the open enrollment for this year. So very important if you want to add your spouse or your children that you do this by no later than November 20th.